Okay. Hello, hello. You can hear me, guys? Uh, so we are beginning our discussion. And we are going to begin with mock questions that were set by the government of India. The questions which are on the website, mock questions. Then after we shall look at very many other questions. So this paper, first of all, in the set has 90 questions. And we are supposed to answer those 90 questions in just 90 minutes. Implying that each question has one, implying that, which implies that each question we are supposed to attempt each question in just 1 minute. So we have very limited time to solve these questions during the exam. So what does it mean? Hope everyone can hear me now. Please guys, type, and if you can hear me, please type. We want to begin. Can you guys hear me? Can everyone hear me? So section A of this paper is comprehension. Um, the paper has 3 sections. Which implies that we are supposed to do all the 3 sections in just 90 minutes. What are some of the techniques you can use in order to pass these numbers easily? One, one never panic before doing the paper. Don't panic while doing the paper. Feel free. Take your time. Pre- prepare prepare before at least 3 days before the paper. You should be prepared. Make sure that you have a very good internet. A very good internet connection. Mm, have prepare your laptop to be vanished for the exam, because this is your chance. For those guys doing the test, and the selected countries which are going to do the test, you are very lucky. You have 100% assurance of getting this scholarship compared to those guys not doing the test. Because after passing the exam, that will be automatic scholarship, a fully funded scholarship to your given institutions as you are applying. So let's be serious when you are doing this. It's heavy. I think
Excuse me.
Let's choose open here. Here. Okay. So I was still briefing you on on how this paper is going to be done. So for you remember, lack meets a prepared mind. Always, if you prepare well, you'll pass this paper and you'll get this scholarship easily. For those of you doing the exam, you are very lucky. Your percentage of getting this scholarship is very high compared to those guys not doing the test, because they will be determined by their scholarship is going to be based on their academic performance. But for you, your scholarship is going to depend on this test, so you have to pass it. And there are very many numbers there. 90 questions are very many. But remember, you've passed all levels of education, meaning that you can still pass this. Everyone is capable of passing this paper. You just have to prepare well and you wait for the results. So let's begin. According to this is some of the, it's a section A is going to include such questions like a paragraph. You read a story and you'll be asked to answer the questions. So according to this paragraph, you have to read it, then after we shall answer the questions. But we are not going to be so much focused on these numbers because they are somehow easy. But they are very technical. You don't have to answer the questions there because it's going to be an MSQ paper. They'll give you options to choose which is the best one. So you don't have to answer the questions according to your own understanding. Answer the questions according to the story they have given you, according to the paragraph they have given you. Each answer will be giving to this section will be based on the ideas in the story, not to your way of understanding something. Always be keen when you are answering. Don't waste much time on one number. If you fail to crack a number, go to another number, because you have less than 1 minute to answer the one question. So the maximum time you can spend on number is around 30 seconds. that will require you to that will require you to think at a very high speed. So I think everyone, we can see such a question. It is depending on the paragraph they have given us. How did the little girl die? So they'll give you four options like this. Depending on this paragraph, meaning that we are supposed to answer that such questions depending on the paragraph above. So now they're asking us, how did the little girl die? I'm not going to give you answers here because most of you have not read the paragraph. But I want to clarify something. She had died from suffocation in the cement building. She had starved to death. She fell from a poor tenant building, not mentioned in the story. So there is no way you'll get this answer here without reading the story. The first step you should take is reading the story before answering. That's one. Because we have less time, you have no chance of rereading the story. So you must be very keen and put that in your minds when you are reading the story. Because you are going to have less time. And if you try to check your time while doing this paper, you'll panic. Definitely you panic. Just make sure that you do everything in a normal way. Feel free. And I'm sure you'll pass. So after reading the story, you'll be able to answer these questions, this paragraph. Second question, what was found the girl's body after death? Still, there's no way you'll know what happened after the girl had died before reading the story. The first thing you should begin with is reading the story. So these are some of the questions. You'll pause and play after the video will be there. You'll go through these questions. We are not going to discuss them because we have less time of reading the story, but you can do it on your time and try to figure out. What was found on the girl's body after death? Question 3. In what manner did the narrator help in the making the little girl's dream come true? Now, this, for example, this question is common sense. Someone is relating this story to us. So, the questions, by buying a land for building of the school for $1,000, by building the school himself, by giving away land for building the school at a negligible price, by publishing the girl's story in the newspaper. How easily can you figure out the answer? You can use elimination method. It's the easiest way of answering MCQ questions. Use elimination method. If you see that part A is impossible, it can't be, it's impossible, it can't happen, so you eliminate it, you ignore it, so you focus on B, C and D. Then you eliminate, you go to part B. If you find out that part B is impossible, it can't happen, you still ignore it, you eliminate it, so you remain with the two options, that is C and D. Then if you go to C and D and see which one is more capable of happening. So that's the easiest way of doing MCQ questions. When you come to logical numbers, because your paper has logical numbers, still that's the easiest way of doing MCQs. First eliminate those things which you see which cannot happen. If you see that an option is not leading to an answer, ignore it, then focus on the remaining ones. Still eliminate among those which one is more best. So what was the real reason behind the girl not being allowed in the school? Still you can get the answer after reading the paragraph, the story. The girl had a learning disability. She was poor and inappropriate dressed. The teachers were too busy to teach her. When you look at these options, the teachers were too busy to teach her. There is no any teacher who will ever be busy to teach someone in a school, because that's their work, that's their role. So you can easily eliminate part C and then focus on A, B and C. Then when you look at A, C and D, you also eliminate which one is more preferable. What was little girl's idea behind wanting to build a bigger school? So this is the most important part, the most interesting part, mathematical questions. And very many people are scared of this section. because we have different backgrounds. Many of us hate math. But still it has come to our way. So when you look at this question, they are telling us that when an item is sold for 18,700 rupees, the owner is making a loss. Of 15%. At what price should that item be sold to gain the 15%? And they have given us the options. So you have 1 minute to solve such a question. Let me give you some technique. When you read the question, first separate out. It's sold out at 18,700 rupees, which is the selling price. So 18,700 is the selling price. Then we have the cost price, but we don't know the cost price. What was the cost price? How much did it cost the owner? Then they have given us the loss of 15%, implying that we can use the percentage loss to get the cost price. So cost price in here, this is the solution. So we have the selling price, SP, which is 18,700 rupees. Then the loss is 15%. So we can get the cost price by using the percentage loss. Because to get the percentage loss, we shall have the CP, which is the cost price, minus the selling price out of 100. That's how we shall get the percentage loss. But we have the percentage loss, which is 15. We have the selling price, which is 18,700 rupees. Then we are looking for the CP. When you go to step 4, which is CP minus 18,700 rupees out of 100, we shall get 85. And if you calculate, we shall get the cost price of 22,000 rupees. Since we have the cost price, now we can find the like if you get the percentage profit, which is 85. Since we have it, we can use it to get the cost price, which is 22,000 rupees. Now, to get the 15% profit, in order to get the 15% profit, we have to sell the commodity with an increment of 15%. So we have to add 15% of 2,000 rupees. You can either get the 15% of 22,000 rupees and then add it on the cost price, which is selling price minus cost price of 100. You are gaining. So we shall get the 15% extra based on the percentage, which is 100, and then our selling price will be 25,300 rupees. Or you can get the 22,000, the 15% of 22,000 rupees plus the original cost price, and you will still get the 25,300 rupees. Please, you can go through this solution for this number. And then we see. So that's the solution. Now, question number 2. They're telling us a man goes to his office from his house. We can see the man goes to his office. They've given us the speed, which is 3 kilometers per hour. This is the speed is moving on, and returns to a speed of 2 kilometers per hour. So the speed is changing. If it takes 5 hours in going and coming, what's the distance between his house and his office? So they have given us 2 different speeds, but the time they have given us, the total time is spending both in going and coming back. So this will take us to our formal distance of time, speed, the relationship between time, speed, and distance. We can solve this like this. 1. We can let the distance to be x, the total distance to be x. So remember, he spent half, like he spent 3 hours. He spent it the first, like when he was going, he used 3 kilometers per hour, and he was, when he was coming back, he used 2 kilometers per hour. So we get x out of 3, the first speed, plus x out of 2, the returning speed, and we shall get the total as 5. So we shall have 2x plus 3x getting the LCM of 3 and 2 getting 6, which will equate it to 5. The total distance traveled, the total speed. So making, we shall get 5x, of which 6 will cross multiply. So 5x will equal to 6 times 5, getting x as 6 kilometers. I mean that option is option 6. Or we can let the time to be x, then distance from home to office, we get the distance he traveled from home to his office, and this is the easiest way. Distance is equal to speed times time, that's the formula. So we get the distance on the first distance, which is 3, the speed he was going on, times 5 into 5 minus x. Remember, we've assumed the total time, 5 minus x, and our distance will be 15 minus 3x. That is the first distance he covered. Then the return distance, we shall get d2, which will equal to 2x. Remember the remaining one, which is so d1, we equate d1 equal to d2, the two equations, and we shall find the value of x. So the total distance will equal to 2x, getting 6 as our answer. Still we shall get x as the answer. Now let's go to another question. When it comes to these questions of relation, A, B, and C start at the same time in the same direction to run around a circular stadium. A completes around 252 seconds, B in 308 seconds, and C in 198 seconds, all starting at the same time. After what time will they again start at the same point? So these people, they are beginning at different time intervals, but at a certain point they will again meet. They will give you questions here that 2 bells are rung, 3 bells are rung at the same time. At what time will they be rung again? Whenever you meet such numbers, there is only one trick you will solve such numbers, is finding the LCM, or the highest common factor. So the lowest common factor, which is the LCM of these numbers, they'll give you the answer. And it's very easy to find the LCM, the lowest common multiple. So for this question, we are going to get the LCM of 252, the LCM of 308, and then the LCM of 198. After getting the LCM, we shall turn that LCM into minutes and seconds by returning them to minutes. And remember, 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. So then it will be given in seconds. The answer will be given in seconds. So you turn the seconds into minutes. And how many seconds are in 1 hour? For example, like this. So we get the LCM of 252, the LCM of 308, and 198, of which the LCM is 2772. So we turn that 2772 into seconds, and we shall get 46 and 12 minutes, 46 minutes and 12 seconds after turning that 2772 seconds. Remember, 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds. So you use that equation to turn into seconds by multiplying and cross multiplying. So that, I think this is the easiest number to the numbers we are having. It's all about finding the LCM. Find the LCM and work out on each and everything. Will be fine. Now there is this question of finding the ratio. But imagine doing this number, solving this number in just 1 minute. You must be very keen. Don't waste much time on a number. If you can't figure it out, leave it. Go to another number. They have given you options. You can choose an option and move to another number, because they are still simple numbers. They are so big, very given simple numbers. So if first spend your time on the simplest numbers and then come back for the rest of the numbers, you can fetch them up after finishing the simple ones. So this is how we can solve this number. They have given us in what ratio must water be mixed with milk, costing 12 rupees per liter, in order to get the mixture worth of 8 rupees per liter. This is a very technical question. So we can assume the cost of water to be 0. And the amount of water in the mixture be X. So the cost of the water is 0 because no one can buy water. And then the amount of water in the mixture, amount of water in terms of liters to be X liters, and the amount of milk to be Y liters. So as per question, the mixture will be sold at 8 rupees per liter. Cost of water per liter, cost of water per liter times the amount of water in the mixture plus the cost of water per liter, cost of milk per liter, plus the amount of mixture in the mixture of milk in the mixture of 1 liter must be equal to the cost of 1 liter mixed together when they are both mixed together. That is the total mixture quantity. The mixture of water and you mix water and milk together, so their total should be the same. So mathematically, we get that 0 times X, that is the cost of water, because no one buys water, so it's 0 times X, plus 12, that which is the cost of milk, times the quantity of milk, which is Y, and we will equal to 8, which is the 8 times 1. 8 is the total, is the cost of the mixture, times 1, because it's 1 liter. 1 stands for 1 liter. So our 12Y will equal to 8. Then if reduced to get the value of y will equal to 2 out of to 3 2 out of 3 liters. Now since the total mixture is 1 liter, we shall get x equaling to y minus 1 minus y, which will equal to x. Getting the value of x, we shall get y x minus y, which is 2 out of 3, and our x will equal to 1 out of 3 liters. So ratio of water to milk in the mixture, to get the cost required of the mixture, which is 1 liter, we shall get x out of y, which is 1 out of 3 out of 2 out of 3. So the ratio will be 1 to 2 after simplifying everything, because the 3 will cancel out. The 3's will cancel out. We have another question, that is question 5. A club has 256 members, of whom 144 can play football, 123 can play tennis, 132 can play cricket. These are sets. So they have given us sets. Moreover, 58 members can play both football and tennis, 25 can play both cricket and tennis, while 63 can play both football and cricket. If every member can play at least one game, then the total number of members then the number of members who can play only tennis is, they have given us. So we can solve this by forming a set. There are 3 games, so you form a set combining the 3 games. Then you start separating them according to their different categories. For example, here we have A, B, C, D, and F, G, football, cricket, and tennis. There are 3 sets, so it's a combination of 3 sets. A stands for those members playing cricket only, B football only, C tennis only. So D for those members playing cricket and football, then G combines all the members, those people who have played the 3 games. Then F for those playing cricket, both cricket and tennis, and then E football and tennis. Then you form equations according to the solution you are having, as per A, B, C, D is equal to 200. They are the total number given depending on the given question. A club has 256 members, the total. So when you add, you sum up everything you have, you'll get 256. You call that one equation 1. From the figure, we are having A, B, C, D, getting the total number of 399, and those are members playing. You sum up everything. So you solve this equation while forming the equation as the solution given here. We can try to look at that solution. Then you go to number 6. One day Daniel left his home, walked 5 kilometers northwards, turned right and walked for 10 kilometers, and turned left and walked 5 kilometers more. And finally turned left and walked 10 kilometers. How many kilometers will he have walked to reach his home straight? So you can draw something like a Daniel's path. For example, here, the way he moved, the way Daniel moved, and the answer will get 10 kilometers, depending on the question. So you take the first step, you draw, depending on the compass direction. He walked 5 kilometers going where? Northwards. So you got northwards 5 kilometers, and then turned right. After moving 5 kilometers northwards, he turned right. So he turned right and walked for 10 kilometers. You add on the 10 kilometers and turned left and walked 5 kilometers more. And finally turned left and walked 10 kilometers. So if he moves straight without turning left and right, how many kilometers will he have covered? You can come up with such, and the answer is 10 kilometers. So it's the same. That's the same way we can answer this question. And the answer for this is northeast. You can use the same method to get the answer for this. And that's all we have for today. Wait for an extension which will be there tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with a friend. We wish you the best luck in your coming Indi cert. Prepare yourselves. Always remember, luck meets a prepared mind.